Oh, it's got Wessex blades. Noticed a lack of squeak. WD-40 has found my stool. So you won't get any nasty metallic scratchings. Now this is another one of my fusion cooking sort of episodes, where I'm going to mix whatever the nationality of the stove is with the pot and the intended ration pack or dried goods, so that, you know, I mean, one scenario is, in heaven forbid, that someone should ever separate something like a Swedish cook set, and you're at the boot sale and you pay £2 for just that. How easy is, how stable does it fit on this quick and easy stove? And you've got that, so you're looking at, it's just how convenient or not, and how well we get on with it. So let's get this sorted out. So today we've got British Army sort of hexi-block stove, Swedish top pan from the Swedish mess kit, land of the free and home of the brave. America? No, Scotland! We shall have a wee dram of that. The remnants of the Texas sweat from Steph, Talafdirnan. And we got tofu vegan. My German is horrendous, you know. Rehydrating. You just listen to me trying to speak it, and it's just hilarious. Kartoffelstark. Morgeneiweiß. Fett flange-like gehart. I mean, the English is on the other side, but it's far more entertaining when I read this. Basically, it's potato and tofu. So wherever tofu comes from, is it Japan? So a soybean curd, isn't it? Now, I've never really had tofu that often, hence a lifesaver cooking adamant. There. Let's get it on, get it cooking, and see what I can actually enjoy it or not. Hey! Okay, initial niceness. Get into these nice greasy, lardy, lumpy things. So it opens like that, and the rivets popped out of that little housing. Hey, hokey cokey. Inside there, so your Kendall mint cake sort of blocks. Now, I'm not guessing that one will be enough, so I'll give it two. You've got to put that somewhere else, so that goes there. That actually fits on there quite happily. So there's the shape, and the Swedish half top tin lid goes on there quite nicely. So put them in the middle, ready with that. I also find just to scratch up one corner, so I've got some loosey dusty bits on top there. And a corner is lit. So on goes that. 500ml in a Swedish can is about halfway between that lip there and the top, so it looks about 3/4 full. That is about 500ml. Now I'm in a pretty big garage with a pretty leaky door, so in terms of fumes and these solid fuel tabs, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's certainly not in a very small tent in one of your sort of vestibule areas. So this isn't really for a small one-man tent, as you could tell. This is a big old garage. There is daylight looking through the door, daylight through the roof. This is a bit of a big, large vented area. So, time is now 5:48 and 30 seconds. 5:48, and there's the swing, just sweeping down 30 seconds, so it started at 5:48. Come back when it's boiling. Flames licking out the back there, that would have shattered my little glass. So I'm going to move it forward a little. It's quite brutal actually. Getting vapour coming off of it already. 5:48 it starts. See it in a bit. It's a bit ferocious. I love a good fire, don't you? That is. Come up to the rolling boil. I'll make that 54. So, I can take it off the pan. Get back in a minute. Okay, so that's been brought to the boil. And now it says approximately 500 ml of boiling water. Stir well after sticking it in your pouch. Now does it rip immediately? There's a little cut out there. Okay, so you don't need a knife. It's pretty darn good. It's not no rubbish. So it looks like instant soup mix. Can't really place the smell. Sort of a creamy sort of effort. So if I pull on that with my right hand, I'll start pour that in with my left. Hopefully on cam. Goes. Also you've got a floppy, mushy mixture in a floppy sachet, so the fact that it looks quite stable, that's quite encouraging. Start mixing, getting into all the corners. At the moment, sort of vegetable soup consistency. I wonder if that thickens up. Stir well. Just want to get sure I get all the little bits out of the corners. Oh, so I'm doing this with a spoon, not a fork. You don't want to go puncture it all. Okay, I'd say that's stirred well. I dare say Lifesaver will be involved at some point. And then I'm gonna roll that over. And I'll see you at 10 minutes past 6. Oh, the time is just so cool here. What? Can't wait that long.
No, Luke, I am your father.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Finally. So, has it thickened up initially? Or is it still like mush? Sort of snotty mashed potato mush. I'll say one thing though, it's piping hot. So if you're freezing cold and you've just boiled your water up, you haven't lost much heat. The fact that you've waited 10 minutes for that to warm through. That aluminium sachet has kept that heat in. So to get your core up, wowee, that's warm. Okay. Initially, not that appetizing taste. It's got various. Now, when I was at school, we had this phrase called DC, which was sort of a retchable consistency of diced carrot DC. Definitely a case of lifesaver. So the old Tabasco straight away there's a different smell there. That's bordering on flotation device. I'm after more Mae West in terms of lifesaver there. Right. Stuck up in the middle of nowhere. You'd bolt it now, definitely. Lifesaver. Oh yeah. No, I'm bolting that down now. So, more pressure, and to make it all complete, a taste, just a dash. Bonnie Scotland there. Where's my spoon? It's in there. So. Fusion cooking, a wee dram, oh, that is, and I just want to get sort of political. I had teachers, White Horse, Famous Grouse. This is more like sherry. It's got a sort of grapey taste to it. Whoops. That is far better with the Texas sweat. But just to get that whole evaporative alcohol taste in your mouth. Ah, that is... Right, I'm up on a mountain, I'm loving it. Gulping that back. Dash of this. Oh, that now is reasonable fare. So potato and tofu hot pot by Travel Lunch by Writer, I think. Das Original. Let's join me again as I get this down my neck. Now, chewy dehydrated lumps. Mashed potatoey sort of consistency, but it's just a bit too plain for my palate. Keep your Tabasco sauce or something, or your funky spice. A bit plain for me, but if you were cold and wet, that's going to put 500 grams straight into you. Brilliant. Cheers. Fusion cooking a la Wessex blades. You know, I get that. That is fantastic. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Steph. And thank you, Mum. Yeah, she bought me the car boot sale. See you on the next one.